Hello my friends, welcome back to another exciting episode of Hunting Rocks. As always, I am your hunting guide Jeff, and today, pardon the wind, I hope it's not too terribly bad, I'm down at Chouteau Island, one of my favorite beaches to walk. It's actually a really nice day. It's supposed to get up to like almost 70 today, but we've had a high water, we've had low water, we've had ice, we've had a lot of stuff move. So I decided to come down here and see what the beach has to give me. Now down here you're not going to find a lot of huge stuff, but you will find fossils and you will find some really pretty rocks. So yeah, why don't you come with me? Let's see what kind of pretty things we can find today. Like this little guy right here, look at this. That is a very well tumbled piece of quartz. Who knows where it came from? The area where I'm hunting for rocks at today is near the confluence of the Missouri River. About 10 miles north you have the Illinois River coming in, and it goes right there into the Mississippi, which flows by St. Louis. So there are rocks from pretty much all over the nation that come floating through here. That one wasn't as pretty as I thought it was. My favorites to find down here, of course, are the honey agates. Those are super pretty, and I've already found one, but whenever I find another one, I'll show you guys what they look like. You'll also find fossils. There are people who have come down here and found arrowheads and the such. There's a piece of an agate, and I'm not sure what that guy is. I think that's probably a beat up calcite geode. But anywho, just gonna walk this beach, get some exercise in, and when I find cool stuff, I'll show you guys on camera. All right, guys, there we go. That is a nice size honey agate. I don't know if that could be tumbled up, but that one's pretty good size. Oh no, I had my bag upside down. Did I drop anything? Nope, I'm good. All right, well, that's good. I was worried I'd lost my other finds. But yeah, this beach always changes. So the water comes up and goes down. We've had high water on it recently. It finally dropped back down. It's gonna go high water again, and then it'll drop right over again. I'm not interested in that one. All right, I'll be back. These are one of my favorite things to find down here. This is a rock that's been tumbled for quite some time. As you can see, it makes almost a perfect circle. Occasionally you'll find larger ones, but you'll find them made out of pretty much any material. They really get beat up in that river. It acts as a natural tumbler. Because you got to think, there's grit floating in there, mud. They're bouncing along the bottom. They're light enough to be moved all the way up here when the river is all the way down there. And depending on the flow of the river and how fast it's moving, depends on what kind of material will get deposited too. High fast flow, you'll get larger material dropped. A slower flow, you get these little pebbles that I'm picking up. And this might not be for everybody up here. I know some people want big giant pieces and they wouldn't waste their time on this. But here's the great thing. You want to get out, you want to get a little exercise, have a nice little walk. Chouteau Island cannot be beat. It's easy walking. Right now it's a lot of sand, and that sand is not always there. A lot of times that could be rock all the way down. It's the great thing about this beach. It constantly changes. And it did not take me long from saying I'll be back to find a nice little honey agate. You can barely make out, I don't know if they'll show up on camera, but there are the little agate lines in there. That is a true agate, because agates need those little lines, those little layers. I really hope I find something super cool today, like a fossil or an arrowhead. They are down here, but yours truly has yet to find an arrowhead. I'm going to try to change that this year. You can also tell the last high water mark by all this driftwood all through here. And some of this stuff was big. Big old trees cruising down the river. Who knows how long they've been in the river. Let's see if we got anything over here. Nope. Wait. Yep. Let's check this out. Yeah. It's not a great piece, but it's kind of cool looking. I'll take it. I'll take it with me. Yeah, if you're into driftwood hunting, this is a good place to come to. You guys want to know who I really like watching my videos? You. That's hilarious. I'm going to take that. At first I thought it was a magnet. I was really hoping it was a magnet, but it's some kind of really long U. Or maybe an N. Maybe a clip. I don't know. They're building the bridge down there. Who knows what they've dropped in the water? I do know that down at that bridge, because of where it's going in, out in the middle of the river, I have found some interesting things. If you go back, at least I think I shot a video that day. If you go back a few of my videos of this place, I did find some enamel, which, not sure where it came from. Probably a mammoth or a mastodon. It could have been some other large creature that used to walk this ground a long time ago. And it either flowed from way downriver, or whenever they were driving those pilings in, they knocked some stuff loose, which has been pretty nice. And honestly, I'm okay with the new bridge going in, because the old bridge that used to go across there, man, that thing was so rickety. It was an old bridge, and it was a little bit on the scary side. You weren't ever sure if it was just gonna drop you in the drink one day. But with that, I am down at the river now. So we're gonna make our way back, walking the beach, trying not to get wet, because that water is still cold, even though we're up in the 70s today. There's a lot of ice still up north from us. And well, you guys saw in my last video, the trilobite hunt, there's still ice up in Grafton, which is about, I'd say probably 15 miles upriver from here. It'll make its way down. Of course, this will all go underwater once the ice melt starts happening in the springtime. And we get springtime rains, this area will flood. And it'll be quite a few months before I'm able to get back to it. Last year, I think I was unable to come down here for like 6 months due to high water. But whenever I came back down, there were lots of goodies. Sadly, I wasn't down here the first day it happened, because I was out on my western trip. All right, well, I'm gonna keep walking, and camera will come back on when I start finding really neat stuff. Before I keep going though, here's a prime example all through here of how the gravel comes up. So as it comes down, it made a natural, almost like a gold pan, where it slowed down and it dropped out the heavier stuff. Or the other thing that could have happened is this all could have been here and had been covered by sand, and it blew all the sand away. You can see there's a lot of sand right over there that's built up. Just a little of the geology of the river. This is a really interesting spot for the geology of the river. Hold on, here's something cool, maybe. Nope, just a rock. It looked better than I thought it was. It's also around 12 to 15 degrees cooler down here by the water, so I wish it would do this in the summertime. It'd feel really nice. Got a nice little bright red piece of jasper right here. And nope, not an agate. Just some banded chert. Now, of course, that'll dull out a little bit once it dries, but quick little polish, it should come right back to being bright and shiny red. We're not going to look through the foam. We'll walk right past that. That's pretty gross. And there's that piece of jasper's big brother. That'll go in the bag. Let's check through here. It looks like there's been some stuff that's fallen out from the water. Another piece of jasper. And if you're never sure if you got jasper or brick, push the two together. If it's brick, it'll start to fall apart. Sometimes it's hard to tell, especially whenever you start getting some really old and tumbled urbanite. But it'll still be soft because it's brick. It's made of clay. Well, softer, I mean. It's not like it's gonna get all mushy in your hands. At least it shouldn't. All right, let's keep moving down. Or, well, I guess moving back upriver. All right, guys, making my way back up the beach. And that might just be tumbled quartz. I don't know, that's super pretty. It almost looks like a honey agate. It does have a little bit of the agatization with it. So, it's a good piece. Not often I find them down here. And as you can see, the water's starting to come back up. Check that out. That is a really cool little fossil right there. Whole bunch of fossils. That'll go in the bag. It almost looks like the piece I'm working on from a friend Jacqueline. I got to get that finished, polished up for her. It's been a long process, but I think she'll be happy with it when I'm done. I hope, anyhow. And if she's watching this, I did not forget about your piece. I know exactly where it's at, and I've been working on it. All right, let's keep going up. We're actually getting back into gravel. For a long time, there was nothing but sand. But the trip is starting to come to an end. Finding some okay stuff today. Nothing great, but it's not done yet. I still got another 100 or so yards to walk, so we'll see what I find. All right, guys, not a lot of finds today, but this is what we came up with. We got about, I'd say, a dozen little honey agates. Nothing too spectacular. These are some well tumbled and beat up Montana agates. I would love to get up to Montana and actually find these things when they're big and round. Cool little flat green rock, because I just like green rocks. Of course, my nifty little fossil piece. Just some well tumbled quartz. In fact, when it's wet, you can see how shiny that is. A few pieces of jasper, piece of quartz with jasper. I'm not sure what this is. This is not glass. This is just a really dark, almost, I guess it's a chert. It feels agatey though. It's very waxy feeling. My little round piece. And of course, if I get a subscribe, I found you. Anyways, guys, yeah, this is my goodies from probably a little hour-and-a-half hunt. Well, before I leave, also at current stage, the water is down, but we're supposed to get some heavy rains. It's supposed to come up another 3 foot. So whenever it does, it won't be nearly as loud as it is now. With luck, we'll have a little bit of a drought afterwards, and that'll drop way down. I have seen the chain of rocks where you can walk the chain of rocks. Over there are the pump houses, which were used for the St. Louis City Water Company, which was over there. They would pump water out of the river, they'd clean it up, and then you could drink it. I don't know how they do it. That's kind of a nasty river. That is the Mississippi. But yep, that's going to disappear in a couple days, and then it'll come back. And hopefully it gets really low this year, because I want to check that out. I'll just have to be real careful. Well, guys, can you believe that it was 75 degrees whenever I hunted for those rocks? All right, Hamilton, bye. He's going inside. As you can see, it's been cold. Anywho, we hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope we can get a like, share, and subscribe. And see you next time I'm out hunting rocks. Have a good one, everybody. I'm going inside. It's like 6 degrees Fahrenheit out here.
All right, I was a little off. It's 14, but it does feel like 3.